Hello everyone, and welcome to another video. Denise would like to introduce you to Alan Carr. Oh, hang on, wait a minute. Denise would like to introduce you to George Datty. I haven't blurred his photos because Alan Carr is a well-known UK comedian, and let's face it, his photos are all over the internet. And if you ever did see this video, which is very unlikely, I hope you'd get a laugh out of it. "How are you doing today?" said George. "Very well, thanks," said Denise. "You're welcome, dear. How's the weather over there?" "Cold," said Denise. "So sorry about that. Where are you located?" "I'm in Guildford, in England. Where are you?" she asked. "I live in USA, but I went for supervision in Yemen." "Why did you have to go all that way just to get supervised?" "I work with UN," he said, "and we have our workers in Yemen." "Are you going to explain, or just leave me on a cliffhanger?" asked Denise. "No! Wait! I will explain better. I hope you're sitting comfortably, ladies and gentlemen, because this comedian couldn't explain his way out of a paper bag. Actually, probably couldn't even explain his way into it. It would be hard to give a worse explanation, really, wouldn't it?" said Denise. "Are you a comedian?" "I'm a medical personnel," he said, not having any idea whose photographs he was using. "I'm from USA, but I work with UN in Yemen. I'm one of the supervisor in Yemen." "I'm not a comedian," he said. Denise sent a thumbs up. "Keep going," she said. "How?" he said. "Why are you so harsh to me?" "Harsh?" said Denise. "I'm just waiting patiently for you to explain what you actually do." "I think I've told you earlier," he said. "No, you haven't," said Denise. "What does 'I'm a medical personnel' mean? Doctor, nurse, administrator, dentist, physiotherapist, secretary, trainer, teacher, hygienist, cleaner, cook, psychologist, something else?" "So sorry about that," he said. "I'm a radiographer." "So sorry about that, dear. I don't know. I have to explain it to that level." "OK," said Denise. "And what does 'I'm one of the supervisor here in Yemen' mean?" "And what did you think 'what does I'm a medical personnel' mean actually meant? And why is this so difficult? Why can't you just tell me properly what you actually do?" "I'm a radiographer," he said. "Yes, I got that bit," said Denise. "What does 'I'm one of the supervisor here in Yemen' mean, please?" "I'm one of the supervisors that live in," guess where? "Yemen. I help in supervising the junior colleagues in our department." "Phew," said Denise. "Will I have to ask you every question half a dozen times? It gets a bit tedious." "You ask, guess what, a lot of questions," said our man, who couldn't answer a question first time, even if he knew what it meant. "Why are you so interested in knowing more about me?" "I only asked you one question," said Denise, "but I had to keep asking you. I'm only interested because you contacted me. Why did you contact me if you don't even want me to know what you do?" "OK. Ooh," he said, "it's fine. You can ask more if you want." "No, thanks," said Denise. "I have to ask you too. What is your occupation?" he said. "Why are you so interested in knowing more about me?" copied and pasted Denise. "LOL," he said. "Because you're my friend." "So sorry about that." "Me too. I'm not surprised you don't have any friends." "How?" he said. "I have friends." "ROFL," said Denise. "You just told me I'm your friend and I don't even know who you are." "OK. Ooh, what do you want me to tell you about myself?" he asked. "Nothing," said Denise. "Please stop. You can ask me questions," he said. "Are you a comedian?" she said. "Because you look like one." "I'm not a comedian," he said, "but sometimes I crack jokes." "OK, only your entry on Wikipedia tells me you're a comedian. Maybe you changed careers. It happens." "No," he said, "I don't change career. Where did you check? Why do you think I changed career?" "I just told you," said Denise. "No, I didn't change career. You haven't even told me anything about yourself." "I guess the comedy business is slow," said Denise, "so you've had to go back to your original career. I'm retired. I was an accountant. I ran my own small business with my late husband." "So sorry about your husband," he said. "I'm a father of 2 daughters. Do you have kids?" "I have 2 children and 4 grandchildren," said Denise. "Wow! You're a grandmother? How old are you?" "I'm 75. How old are you?" I'm 65. I like the way you talk, he said. You are good and fast. Me interrupting, I'm a touch typist, so I can type faster than any scammer I've met. You don't have grandchildren yet? Asked Denise. I don't have yet, he said. I'm still waiting for one. One of my daughters will get married this year. How lovely. Yes, I can't wait for it. I would like to invite you for the weeding. Oh, is the garden a mess? Asked Denise. I don't understand, said our scammer. You said you want me to do some weeding. Yes, he said. I can recommend a good gardener, said Denise. For my daughter's wedding? So sorry. I mean, wedding. Oh, okay, said Denise. Why would you want to invite someone you never even met? Doesn't your daughter have any friends either? I just feel like inviting you, he said. We have friends and our family members. I'm a widow. My wife died many years ago. Okay, where will the wedding be? I don't know the main venue for now, he said. I'll let you know when the time comes. You don't even know which country or which town? No, he said. Guess which country? My country. Oh, please don't let's go through this again, said Denise. Which is your country? Or don't you know which country and which town? I'm from USA, in Benton, Ohio. Okay, said Denise, I'd have to fly. Where would I fly to? You will fly from England to USA, he said. Yes, Dimbo, said Denise. Which airport? Our man went away for a while, clearly consulted a map, and for once came back with a sensible answer. To International Airport in Dayton, he said. Will you meet me at the airport? Oh, and when is the wedding? We don't have fixed date for now, he said. I'll let you know when the time comes. Okay. Will you pay for my flight? Asked Denise. Till then, I don't know yet, he said. I will like to continue talking with you if you don't mind. Of course. Okay. Do you have a Google Chat app? Or WhatsApp? I'll talk to my grandsons on chat, said Denise, giving him her email address. Okay. Ooh, I'll chat you up on Google Chat right now, he said. I'll send you a message on Google Chat. Hang on, said Denise, my phone's ringing. And over on chat, our man said, Hello, I'm here. Hi again, said Denise. Thank God you're back, he said. It was just a phone call, not an alien abduction attempt, said Denise. Okay. Ooh, please tell me more about yourself, please. Denise thought she'd get him first. My favourite colour is blue. She said I like yogic chair dancing and underwater Monopoly. I dislike cheats, liars and thieves. I lead a chaotic bohemian lifestyle, and my plans for the future is to go into business with a good man. Oh, and I'm a Ninth-day Adventist. Wow, said our man. That's really good. My favourite colour is yellow. I like energy drink, and I don't like alcohol. I like swimming. I like going to the beach. And my loved ones. I live a very simple lifestyle. I dislike cheats, liars and thieves. My life has been lonely for a very long time. My wife died many years ago, and I don't have anyone around me. My younger daughter is by 10 years old now. Do you know how to swim? I don't swim well, said Denise. How old is your other daughter? She's 20. I know you'll be surprised about the age difference. What's your favourite food? I like a nice Sunday roast. What's your favourite food? I like burgers and apple pie, said our mature radiographer. Do you know how to cook very well? My Albie never complained, said Denise. And your favourite food really is burgers and apple pie. How old are you? 16. Hello, Ellie said. I like taking it sometimes. How did you celebrate your Christmas and New Year? I stayed with my daughter over Christmas. It was lovely. What did you do? Mine was very lonely, he said. I don't go to anywhere. I stay in Yemen. I don't know anyone there. Of course you know people there, said Denise. You work there. You train people. Or did they all go home for Christmas and leave you behind? One minute you're telling me you have lots of friends, then you're telling me you don't know anyone. Make up your mind. Wait! You don't understand. You know, that favourite phrase beloved of all scammers. I have my colleagues here. I need to see my kids. I needed to celebrate with them, not my colleagues. I've been here for long. How long have you been there? Asked Denise. I've been here for about 2 years. My contract will finish very soon. I will go back home very soon. I need to see my kid daughter. I've missed her so much." "You mean you couldn't be bothered to go home and see her since she was 8 years old?" said Denise. "Yes," he conceded. "I miss her very much." "You miss her, but you couldn't be bothered to go home and see her. Can't miss her that much then, otherwise you'd just get on a plane when it's time for your annual leave and go and see her." "I'll go home very soon," said Father of the Year. "I really miss her so much. I do call her on phone. It's not my fault, and at the same time it's my fault." "Of course it's your fault," said Denise. "I miss her. I'll be with her very soon." "You couldn't even be bothered to get on a plane and go home and see her when it was time for your annual leave. You're a pathetic excuse for a father. What were you doing? Going on a sightseeing tour instead of flying to see your own daughter? And quit with the pathetic whining about how much you miss her, because obviously you don't." "No! You don't have to understand it that way. It's the nature of my job. I don't have leave like that. My time for leave is about 2 weeks. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, a scammer that actually admits he has leave. I don't really have much time to fly back to USA, and the condition here is very hard and complicated. Believe me, I love her so much. I do call her every day. Her birthday is next week. I really miss her. Believe me." "The nature of your job is that when you have 2 weeks' leave you can't be bothered to fly home and see your own daughter," said Denise. "I check on her every day," he said. "At least I know what kind of man you are. If you make one more pathetic excuse, I don't want to talk to you again." "No!" "So sorry, dear. It's my fault. I agreed." "Good," said Denise. "I'm so sorry about that," he said. "Me too, but at least I know what kind of man you really are." "I'm really sorry." "How?" "Dear, you don't have to blame me. I understand how you feel, but you have to understand me too," said Father of the Year again. "I really love her. That's the main point here. I miss her so much. I was supposed to retire last year, but sometimes happened, so I have to wait until this year before I will go home." "OK, I'll said one more pathetic excuse, and I don't want to talk to you again," said Denise. "You can't stop with the pathetic excuses. So goodbye." "No!" he said. "So sorry about that." "What happened to stop you retiring? You lied about your age. You forgot to claim your pension." "You know, I told you I'm the supervisor there," he answered. "So I have to train and direct the new selected supervisor on how to handle things, and teach him setting things, dear. I know it's my fault. I understand. Please pardon me for that. Everything is my fault. I'll fix everything when I get home. Please forgive me for that." "That doesn't tell me what happened," said Denise. "Please understand me. Please. I'm really sorry about that." "Stop your pathetic whining," said Denise. "What happened to stop you retiring? The facts, not a series of self-centred whining excuses." "Oh, my God," said our scammer. "I think I've told you what happened." "Where did you tell me what happened?" asked Denise. "You told me you have to train the new supervisor. That's all. Don't see how that stops you retiring." "Scroll up," he said. "Please repeat it," said Denise. "What happened?" "I guess you've realised," she said, a few minutes later, "that you didn't tell me. So tell me for the first time, please. I can't decide if you really are as idiotic as you sound, or if you really are a comedian." "OK. Oh," he said. And you have to concentrate on this, folks, because I have no idea what he was trying to say. "I have to train and direct the newly selected supervisor on how to manage the system there, and machine we use in working, because the people I worked with before were transferred back to state, and the people sent to me. They're completely new in the system. Please try and understand this." "I have no idea what that means," said Denise. "Stop with the whining, pathetic, childish, ridiculous excuses. Please try and understand this. You're pathetic. I can't try and understand something that's childish gibberish. So please try and type something, anything, that makes sense and is written in proper English. What on God's earth does the system there and machine we're using working because the people I worked with mean? Or are you genuinely so idiotic and stupid that you think that means something?" "It was a mistake, dear," he said. "It's fine. And no more pathetic, childish excuses," said Denise. "Sorry," said our pathetic child. "If it was a mistake, please tell me, in English, what you really meant, because I'm getting sick and tired of your childish drivel. I'm going to make myself a nice cup of tea. I expect a proper, grammatical, sensible explanation when I get back. Please."
Please forget about everything I've told you about my retirement, said our man, who couldn't come up with a proper explanation, grammatical and sensible or otherwise. I'll retire by next month. You mean you lied about something happening last year? So not only are you a pathetic excuse for a man, you're also a liar. Great. Any other qualities I should know about? I'm not a liar, he said, but I don't know how to explain it, for to understand me. I don't lie, said our liar. If you don't lie, then tell me what happened last year to stop you retiring. It's a simple question. Tell me, in English, what happened last year to stop you retiring. I don't know how to explain it for you to understand, said our pathetic liar, because I've told you everything, yet you don't understand. Please, can we start talking about this? You've not told me everything, said Denise, and I'm sick of asking you. All you did was type meaningless gibberish. LOL! Please stop talking about this, please. So, please tell me what happened, in English, something that makes sense. Calm down, I'll tell you. Something that makes sense and isn't meaningless drivel, said Denise. OK, tell me. Please, be calm, said our panicking scammer. And this is your last chance, said Denise 3 times. Please, he said. In fact, said Denise, you have a count of 10 to tell me, in English, what happened to stop you retiring. And she started one of those famous counts of 10. Oh, my God, he said, when she got to 9. Please be calm, he said, when she got to 7. Stop, please, he said, when she got to 4. I'll retire by next month, please, he said, when she got to 2. She got to 0 and said goodbye. Wait, please, don't go, please. Why are you so harsh to me, he said. So Denise typed several times. Tell me in English what happened to stop you retiring, and started a double count of 10. She got down to 8. Please, I'm just trying to explain everything to you, but you don't want to understand me, he said. Please be calm. Please, please. I'll retire by next month. Please, please. Calm down. She got to 4. I realise you're illiterate and unable to read, said Denise. Tell me in English what happened to stop you retiring. You're making me scared of you. Please, he said, as she got to 3. Please. I realise you're illiterate and unable to read, she said, getting down to 1, and then repeating, tell me in English what happened to stop you retiring, because she'd copied it, so she could just paste it in. She got to 0 and said, what a brain-dead idiot. Goodbye. Please stop all these. I don't like it, said our hurt scammer. What do you mean? I said I'll tell you, but you keep on repeating the same message over and over again. So she repeated it. Clearly asking once isn't enough. So how many times will I have to ask before I get an answer? Should we try another 3 times? Or maybe 6? Why are you doing this to me? Why won't you answer? Said Denise. It's a simple question. Obviously, you've never trained anyone. You're too stupid and idiotic to write even a simple sentence. You take brain-dead, moronic, single-celled to a new low, although that would be unfair to Amoeba. I've had enough of you. Grow up and go back to school and get a proper job, preferably after you've learned how to read and write. I would have retired last year, he said, but I had a charity surgery I did for a woman who was faced an artillery issues, and only I could see it through, because it was on charity, and no one could have done it. That was what I was handling before some students from the States were sent by the headquarters, and I have to see them through before returning to the States. I'm almost done, and will be out of here in some couple of months, or at any moment, if I need be it to. OK? He said. Stop insulting me. I know what I'm doing. You don't want to talk to me again, right? Why you don't want to talk to me again? Why does your single-cell, idiotic, moron-level brain think I might not want to talk to you again? Said Denise. Oh, no, I'll copy and paste what I just said on Facebook. Because he'd messaged her on Facebook, asking why she wasn't replying. And I won't bother you showing that, because this is what she said on Facebook. You were doing surgery. You're a bloody radiographer, not a surgeon. Or are you telling me you're in prison for impersonating a doctor, and that's why you couldn't retire? I was the one did the pictures scans and made sure the doctor in charge did the work, because the old patient begged me, so I had to stay back. Like I said, I had to use the opportunity to see the people sent by the headquarters through. OK? Said our man. You can't even type anything that makes sense, can you?
replied Denise. "Oh, are you really? It's as plain as daylight that you aren't a radiographer. No one as stupid as you could pass the exams. Are you the camp cleaner?" "I told you I'm a radiographer, and I run a charity organisation here, remember?" "No, I don't remember that, because you haven't told me anything about running a charity," said Denise, "and I'm not psychic. But at least you found someone who can type in English. Read what your mate said before," because Denise assumed that he'd handed his phone to a mate, and this was a team. Unfortunately, I don't think she was right. "Everyone is useful, and on the field that I'm not specialised in, I pay for it, and make sure to see it until it ends," he said. "Oh, now you've gone back to typing gibberish," replied Denise. "Because it's my duty and my charity personality. OK? Why don't you tell me about this charity you've magically decided you run?" "I told you. Maybe you forget. You can check back our conversation. OK? No, you didn't tell me, and I won't check back. You can tell me about it here. What's it called? In fact, you can check back and show me where you told me about it. Have you found it yet?" "I told you. It's a person organisation, ran here in Yemen, because I saw the need to when poor patient can't pay for their treatment despite their deadly condition." "In English, please," said Denise, "so it makes sense." "So it's the list I do to pay and make sure they're attended to. OK?" "In English, please, so it makes sense," said Denise. "I realise you're a brain-dead illiterate moron, and I realise you're not a radiographer, because no one as stupid and illiterate as you could pass an exam in anything. So why don't you tell me who you really are? Who you really are? The camp cleaner, the toilet attendant, the laundry assistant, the potato peeler?" "Why'd you like insulting me?" he said. "And no bullshit about I'm telling you the truth, because you're an illiterate lying idiot." "You aren't telling me any truth," he said. "So who are you really?" she asked. "Because you chose to believe your lies in your head," he said. "I can type that dozens of times, because I know you're illiterate, but it gets too tedious, so I'll type it once more. Who are you really? And you have a count of 10 to give me a truthful answer, assuming you know what truthful means, which I doubt." She got down to 4. "You simply won't believe someone, because you aren't what you said you are," he said. "And you're too stupid to even know whose photographs you're using," she said when she got to 0. "That's the most pathetic bit, isn't it? And don't even try to pretend that's my photograph. Even you must recognise who that is." "Be careful what you say, OK?" said our man. "Although I guess he probably isn't well known in your country." "Stop insulting me, OK?" "But you could try looking him up," said Denise. "I don't see how that's insulting. You really don't know whose photographs you've stolen, do you? Which makes you even more moron-level idiotic than I thought, and that's saying something. So why don't you grow up, go back to school, and learn to at least type something that makes even passable sense? Then you might get a proper job, when you've learnt to read and write properly." "Maybe you simply lost it," he said, "and I can tell when you're mad at your circumstances, but you chose to pass the anger out on someone else. You can learn how to stop it, or better still, you go to I don't know how you'd pronounce that, psychologist, but no P on the beginning, who can help you out. I don't like the way you've been insulting me." "I've had a good idea," said Denise. "I could make a video and put it on YouTube to show the world just how idiotic George Datty is. What do you think? I'm sure your colleagues would enjoy it." "And you can do so, if you're sure you're saying the truth," he said. "You made me angry, because you just kept saying all that nonsense. What if I went online and saw something about you and started to call you the names that are not of you? How would you take it? I tried my best to stay calm and explain things out to you, but instead you insult me and stayed deaf to my words. It's not that being curious is a bad idea of life, but the way you go about judging others makes me wonder if you could take the same cake of an attitude if served to you. Can you? Hello, how are you doing today?" "A lot better, until I came across an illiterate idiot like you," said Denise. "Why do you like insulting me? Why?" "Why do you like being an illiterate idiot? And why do you like lying to people?" "I don't lie to you," he said. "I told you everything about myself, but you don't believe me for once. You keep on finding fault. I don't like it. I tried all my possible best to explain things to you, but I don't know how you see me. What would I gain by lying to you? And why would I lie to you? If you can't answer me, then you're just curious about nothing. And if I do answer you, will you tell me why you lied? You admitted you lied,
So now trying to pretend you didn't just makes things worse. But I guess you're just a childish idiot, she said, and our man disappeared.
And if you're thinking, what's she talking about? He didn't admit that he'd lied. Well, Celia would like to introduce you to George Datty. Hello, how are you doing today? He asked. Good evening, said Celia. Thanks, dear. How's the weather over there? It's been very icy today, she said. How's the weather over there? It's warm, he said. Where are you located? It's very hot here in Yemen. I'm in Durham. That's in the northeast of England, said Celia. OK, nice to meet you, he said. Hope we could be friends, if you don't mind. What do you do in Yemen? Asked Celia. I'm an orthopaedic surgeon. And you? What do you do for a living? I'm an administrator, said Celia. I work in the admissions department of Durham University. Wow! Nice occupation. So you work in the university. Are you married with kids? How do you cope with work? That's a very sexist question, said Celia. How do you cope with work? Well, I asked first, LOL, he said. You must be funny. Well, you can go and talk to yourself, sexist bastard, said Celia. I'm a woman. I can cope with work, unlike you pathetic men. Oh, I'm sorry if I was rude to you, he said. Yes, you were, said Celia. Please forgive me, please. That was meant to be a reply to you saying you were rude, said Celia, who'd actually replied to him saying you must be funny. If you show me it won't happen again, she said, in reply to him saying please forgive me. Yes, I won't try it again, he said. So, if you think it's difficult to cope with work, perhaps you'd care to tell me how you do manage to cope, please. I love education a lot, he said. So I admire, or let me say I envy you a lot, because I do see it as a work that requires a whole lot of concentration. I hope you forgave me for being rude. No, said Celia. I asked you how you cope with work. I realise you think you're funny, or some kind of comedian, but you're failing miserably. Maybe you should change your profile photo. LOL, I guess you're right, he said. I've been too serious with work that I don't know how to joke any more. So, was I bad at it? Again, that's not what I said, replied Celia. So please, A, tell me how you cope at work, or B, change your profile photo, because you pretending to be a comedian when you clearly aren't isn't even remotely funny. Like I said, I'm not good at it, he replied, because I always have been engaged with work and office papers revision. Are you thick? Asked Celia. Change your photo. You know, that stolen photo you're using of a comedian. Because you aren't even remotely funny, try using your own photo. You've probably realised at this point that neither of the girls were going to enlighten him about whose photo he was using. Who told you I'm not a comedian? He asked. You did. You said you're an orthopaedic surgeon, replied Celia. So why did you call me a comedian? Question mark. You aren't a comedian, said Celia. Why aren't you using your own photo, as you obviously aren't a comedian? I'm using my own photo, he said, as the penny started to drop. But the thing is, I opened this account so to live a natural life, different from a celebrity, when everyone thinks virtually high of me. No, said Celia, we've agreed you aren't a comedian. Please use your own photo. If you don't mind, you can send me your mobile number, so we talk better. I do mind, said Celia. Maybe on video. Not unless you show me your real photo first, she replied. Send me your number. Let's talk better, OK? No, said Celia. I don't give my number to random people online, and unless you show me your real photo, I don't want to talk to you again. So he sent another photo of Alan Carr. No, dimwit, said Celia. Your photo. The real you. I know you aren't a comedian, so show me your photo. One more lie, and I'm blocking you. I'm sure the internet is full of photos of surgeons that you can pretend to be. You only need to find one. So he sent a photo of a mature gentleman in a hood. Now tell me why you've told me so many lies, said Celia. LOL. A friend of mine, more like a son. I think I'm old now for internet. He convinced me into being social. Hope you don't get mad at me for it, LOL. You can block me if you want to. So that isn't you either, said Celia. So yes, I will block you. Goodbye. He's my godson, said our man. Who's your godson? Asked Celia. That old man in a hood. LOL. You already called me an old man. So embarrassed. Who is your godson? Asked Celia. Realising that he probably hadn't yet quite realised whose photos he'd stolen. He was just starting to twig that maybe the person in the photos was someone famous. "Is it that stunningly young man in a hood? The one on my DP? Why the questions?" he said. "Why the questions?" asked Celia. "You are kidding me, right? You've lied and lied and lied." "Do you like my godson?" he asked. "I'm sorry." "Do you even know who your godson is? Do you know who he is?" "I'm just trying to live the social life according to his advice," he said. "Yes, I do. Why do you ask?" "OK," said Celia. "Who is he? Because we already know you're a liar." "He's a public figure and a mass communicationist," said our man. "Who is he?" asked Celia. "LOL. I'm sorry if I lied. OK." "Who is he?" "I told you who he is already. Sorry, he won't like me giving out his personal information out. I can tell you mine, but not his." "Don't talk total bollocks," said Celia. "What's his name?" "Please understand," he said, thinking quickly on his feet, but not quickly enough. He came up with a name. "Mitch." "Try again," said Celia. And in reply to him saying, "Please understand," Celia said, "Understand you're still lying to me." "Why would I lie to you when you and I have nothing to lose or gain?" "LOL," he said. "Stop kidding me." "I have no idea," said Celia, "but you've already apologised for lying, so we agree you lied. I'm not kidding you. You admitted you're lying." "So, are you going to kill me for it?" he said. "Have you not told a silly lie before?" So she copied and pasted the bit where he'd said, "LOL, I'm sorry if I lied. OK. Lying about your identity, stealing photos, are not silly lies. They're deliberate lies to try to fool me. So now I wouldn't believe a single word you say. Clearly you aren't a surgeon either, and I doubt you even know where Yemen is." "LOL, I'm sorry. It's because he convinced me into being in the internet. I'm sorry if you were a victim. OK, I'm a surgeon. I swear by my mother's grave." "Oh, stop bleating on about someone telling you to go on the internet," said Celia, "and stop lying. I sincerely hope your mother can't read what you just typed, because that's pure evil, unless of course she's still alive and living in Lagos, which is the most likely explanation really, isn't it?" And then adding in brackets, "Q, I don't know where that place is." "Dear," he said, "I can't lie, because you and I just met. OK?" "You've lied repeatedly," said Celia. "You admit you lied." "If you don't believe me, certainly I can't make you believe. OK?" he said. "Believe a self-confessed liar," replied Celia. "Yes, I did lie to you, but trust me, it wasn't intentional," he said. To which Celia replied, "Bollocks." "LOL, have you not lied before?" he said. "You accidentally stole a photo, and accidentally pretended it was you, and accidentally told me you're a surgeon, and accidentally told me you're in Yemen. I can see those would be easy mistakes to make. Not. Now tell me about Lagos. You know, the place where you really are." "Have you lied before or not?" he said. "Stop acting like a baby," replied Celia. "Goodbye." "You're the one acting like a baby," he tried. "Goodbye," she said. "Go and talk to someone your own age, or tell me about Lagos. Choice is yours." To which our man replied, "You're annoying me. Goodbye, please," and blocked her. I hope you enjoyed this rather silly tale of a scammer who apparently had no idea who he was. If you did, please like it, please share it, please comment down below, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you again in another video.